Part 2 for March 23rd. As mentioned, I'm doing the ReadyLift, and I was trying to see how high I can raise the truck before I get contact. What I'm looking to do is see about limiting straps and how much travel I would be able to use. Obviously give me a size of limiting straps to order, and I've raised the truck from its weight on driving height, and I'll have to measure the outside fender, but from the strut itself I first measured from the bolt here, the bottom fork bolt, from that up to this part right on that seam was 12 inches. I'm sorry, 12 and a half, exactly 12 and a half to the center of the bolt. Currently I have 13 and a half, which is 1 inch of travel of the strut. And as you can see, I currently have contact with the suspension turn. I have contact against here, and I have it laying here and here on the control arm. So 1 inch, just 1 inch of travel on the strut itself causes that contact. That's with the wheel turned hard full distance. The other side that's facing, tires facing the bumper, doesn't look like there's any contact. Let me go to the other side. Sorry, this is light, and I'm using my cell phone. I'm not a photographer. I'm not even a mechanic. I just done lots of four-wheeling in my life, in my younger years. Okay, this side here, I am missing. I'm not hitting anything. So I'm not sure if it's showing on the video. I can't see the screen too well. So I am clear with the tire that turns in towards the bumper. But the tire that turns away from the bumper, that one is coming in contact with both the lower control arm and the strut. Alright, let me straighten the wheel out. See where we're at when it's in the straight position. Alright. There we go again. Okay, from this angle, I look like I'm pretty good. Let me crawl underneath here. See where we're at. I've got a fraction of an inch. You can maybe see, let's see, we're talking about a 16th or a 32nd right there. There's the angle. You can't see it in the video, but I can see it right here. That there's just a fraction of an inch that's not hitting. But it's not hitting the lower control arm. I have maybe an eighth of an inch from that in the straight version. So that tells me that on the safe side, you wouldn't want to have more than 3/4 of an inch strut travel. Otherwise, if you're in a predicament where you are stuck, then you turn your wheels back and forth, you're going to start eating up your CVs. Look how close that is. It looks like it's touching. Oh, there we go, right there in the video. I mean, it's that close that it's not touching. All right, that's 1 inch of travel on the strut. Now, I did a measurement on the fender before raising it, and that measurement from the ground to the fender was 40 5/8. Let's see where we're at right now. Looks like it's a pretty good amount of travel on the outside. Of course, as you get to the wheel, it exaggerates. There's my dirty spot. There my finger mark is. 43 1/4. So I have 43 1/4. Gives me roughly, is that 2 7/8 travel? You have 2 7/8 down travel before you start getting into CV boot crunch time. So hopefully that helps. I'm going to look into getting some straps. The hard part with the straps are they do stretch, and only having 1 inch of tolerance is tight, very tight. It's almost like I should put the straps tight at regular suspension and let it stretch down. And I really didn't want to have to get adjusters, but that might have to happen. So if anybody's interested in buying this kit, realize that's where we're at. We're not too happy with the overall. I like the look, but I don't like the fact that you're gonna possibly damage four-wheel drive components unless you do more configuration and trying to figure out how to put your own limiting straps on. All right, good luck to you four-wheeling guys. Once again, ReadyLift says this is an on-road version. Well, if you hit a bump and your front end comes off the ground, or railroad tracks, or one of those, crowned crossing the intersections areas, and the front end comes more than 3 inches up off the suspension, your CV boots will come in contact, and after a couple of times of that, you might just have to replace your CVs. See ya.